Hi, and welcome back. This is part 2 of our video of this housing crunch that we're in. And wanted to talk to you a little bit, as I said yesterday, we are talking about the housing shortage that we have, the fact that we're not in a bubble, and it's not going to blow up, not going to collapse. I do think at some point in time there will be a correction, maybe in the next few years, sometime in there. A lot of it is going to have to, well, a lot of it will depend upon the monetary policy from the Fed and from our government and economic policies and what they do to take control of the inflation issue that we're seeing now. The Fed's overnight rate doesn't have a direct impact on mortgage rates, but it does trickle down into the bond market, which has a direct impact on mortgage rates. So that being said, for those of you that are sitting on a bunch of equity in your home and you feel like you want to move, here's what we need to do. Let's get you a CMA on your home, comparative market analysis, and let's find out exactly how much equity we think you're sitting on, and then we can start shopping for a house. We work with some of the best lenders in the area and figure out which program is right for you and how much you want to spend, and then we get your house on the market and get it to where we can market your home, and then we can start looking for a home on yours in earnest. But more to the point of what I wanted to talk about was the equity that you have in your home and what to do with it in case you don't want to move. There's lots of things you can do with that. You can do a cash out refinance. You can do a home equity line of credit or HELOC and take that money out and go buy a boat. Take a couple of vacations. Or you could buy an investment property. That would be the right thing to do. You buy assets that pay for that boat or pay for that vacation. We have several tools and several methods at our disposal of which we can help you determine which would be the right investment property for you. And taking a look at that, and we'd put you a partner with one of our lenders as well to decide which loan program would be the best for you, whether it be a cash out refi or whether it be a home equity line of credit. But we want to buy an investment property that you're going to be able to hold on to for a while, and hopefully, it's going to cash flow. If you buy the right property, it's going to cash flow. And like I said, we have several tools to analyze that to make sure that it's the right thing for you to do. But then you hold on to that asset. And the upside for that is when you're doing this, whether you want to profit or you want to manage the property yourself, or whether you're going to hire a property manager to do it, whether you've done this before or whatever, we've got lots of allies in this industry that can help us guide you on the way down there. So we can help you with the real estate portion, but like I said, we work with fabulous lenders in the area here that can guide you as far as financing and how to go about that. We also work with property management companies, and they can help you get that under control. If you decide you want to manage the property yourself, you can save yourself a little bit of money, but there are some headaches that'll go along with that. You're going to be pulling credit and looking at potential applicants and trying to discern which applicant's the best fit for you and your property. So I would recommend hiring a property manager, but it is going to cost you some money. It usually costs you about 10% of whatever your lease contract is. But like I said, the tools we have to help analyze that to make sure it's the right property for you. The upside to this is, so if you buy the right property, you're charging the right amount of rent for the property, then it's paying for your principal, your interest, your taxes, and your insurance, and paying that principal down. So your tenant is actually paying that interest for you and paying the principal down for you. So you're building equity that way. Appreciation isn't something that you can guarantee, but by and large, over the course of time, interest or the property has appreciated. It's like the man said one time. I don't know who to attribute this quote to, but he said, "Buy land because they're not making any more of it." So that being said, it's owning real estate has become the best hedge against inflation. As you can see where we're at right now, 7.5% inflation reported for January, which is astronomical. We're back into, we haven't seen inflation like this in 40 years. So buying an investment property might be the right thing for you to do. And take that equity in your home that you have now. Like I said, we're not in a housing bubble. It's not in a crunch. And get it in while the interest rates are low now. Buy that property so that you have something to hold on to as a hedge against inflation. Meanwhile, your tenant is helping you pay down your mortgage, paying your taxes, paying your interest, paying your insurance. taking care of all that for you. And if you do this right, then you've got some cash flow at the end of the month, which will help you buy that boat, or help you take that vacation, or help you pay down the property quicker, or put money into, like, as paid the property down quicker, put some money into the principal on that thing, and then you can refinance that, take the money out of it, and go buy another investment property, and just continue to roll this up. It's the BRRR method, BRRR, BRRR, buy, renovate, rent, refinance. So it's one thing to build wealth and build legacy. There's also, at the back end of this, when you decide to do this and you're moving up and trading properties and trying to buy better properties or more properties, there's this thing called a 1031K exchange, which allows you to take a current investment property and roll that into a bigger, more expensive property or a better cash flowing property without any tax implications. That doesn't mean there aren't any. If you decide to sell the property outright and take profit on it, then you're going to be owing taxes. But in the long term, you're accumulating more properties over the course of time, and one of the tax strategies there is that you end up leaving it to your posterity, however you want to distribute your assets upon your untimely demise. Let's hope it's untimely. We are not untimely, but we're not praying for anyone to die so that we can get their property to their kids. But it's one of the strategies that a lot of people use in order to avoid paying taxes and capital gains taxes, is to do the 1031 and then leave the property to their children. But those are questions for your tax man, your accountant. I'm not a tax advisor, and I can tell you what other people have done, but to get the honest answer, get the information right from the horse's mouth, go to your accountant, go to your tax specialist and ask them what's going on there. Talk to your attorney about estate planning. Those are things that you should do anyway, regardless of whether you own investment property or anything else. But that's what I believe that you should be doing with your equity if you're sitting on it right now. You either want to trade up and get into a nicer house, newer house, something like that, or you want to buy an investment property, or maybe you're going to take and do both. Maybe you want to take out that home equity line of credit and remodel the house you're in, rent it out, and then go buy another house or something of that nature. Use the house you're in now for your rental property. But I think now is the best time to get involved in the real estate market. It's the best that it's been in years. It's almost a perfect storm, with interest rates still really low, relatively low compared to historic averages. It's a great time to be a buyer. Number two, it's a great time to be a seller because we've been in a seller's market. In fact, since I've been tracking this over 25 years now, numbers go back at least that far. We've always been in the seller's market, save for 2009, 10, and 11, a little bit of 12. Those are the only 3.5 years in the last 25 that we've been what we call a buyer's market, which is having more than 6 months of inventory on the market. We've always had 2 to 3 months of inventory. Right now we're a couple of weeks, so at best. So there's what I think you need to be doing. You need to be taking your equity in your home and either trading up into a nicer, newer home for yourself, or looking at investment properties, something that's going to create a little bit of wealth down the road and some mailbox money, passive income. And hopefully, if you choose to do so, and talk to your accountant or your attorney, like I said, and maybe you leave a little bit for your kids down the road. But there are certain strategies and things that you can do to avoid the capital gains tax on all of these things, and hopefully help you build a little wealth and build your portfolio. And who knows, things might happen for you. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you again next video.